that start there from Matt Dunham. It does look like he's angry. Looks like he's focused and ready to go. That was some start then.
That was electric, the way he blasted off the blocks there. You know, the rate's high, the cadence is high, you know, ticking it over. And it's about getting out and trying to get into that rhythm.
And I think he would have learned from last night's semi-final. He actually got badly dropped in the early stages of that race. So perhaps his race plan today was to put himself in the race a little earlier rather than being at risk of not getting in there.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with the single, you can change speed so quickly compared to a bigger boat that as long as you're in contact and you feel you're in the race and you feel the other person's not getting away from you, you know, you can kind of get into a rhythm, sit there, and then make a big impact later down the track. But, you know, it is a long race in the single over this course, and it's all about standing contact.
And we can see John Graves, he's moving out to an early lead. Now he's probably got about a length and a half over Matt Dunham from New Zealand. And the buzz around the boat park since Robbie Manson's withdrawal was that this year was going to be John's year. So perhaps that will come to pass, but he's still got a very long way to go in this race. And the Kiwi certainly overturned a much bigger deficit last night in his semi-final, so he's not one to write off at this point.
And you're never going to assume that a Kiwi is going to lie down. You know, he is going to keep going to the end. You've always got to, you know, John's got to stand his boat doing his thing and just be aware that the lightweight sitting next to him is not going to stop. He's just going to keep coming.
And just a quick note to those who were watching us for the Visitors Challenge Cup a couple of races ago, the result does stand in that event. We saw a challenge come from Cambridge University to Leander Club, but the result stands. Leander Club is the winner in the Visitors Challenge Cup. But importantly, we are riding here with Matt Dunham from New Zealand in the Diamond Challenge Sculls. John Graves on the far side of your screen in the yellow boat, currently leading this race. On Thursday, he said to us that he wanted to thank his club, the Crafts Free Sculling Centre, and employer for helping to bring him over here to compete in this event and for making this trip happen, and that he was just going to take this regatta one day at a time and seeing what happens. And he certainly progressed very well through this regatta to be here in the final, blowing the cobwebs out yesterday and aiming to control that race. But very confident coming into today.
And that was an interesting quote from Matt yesterday. You know, he wasn't even sure he was going to qualify. You know, and that's the amazing thing about it. And now he's here on finals day on Sunday racing a Diamond. So, you know, you kind of always have your own expectation, but you know, he's kind of already gone past that. But I'm sure he's grown in confidence as the week's gone on. You know, with the speed that he's got and put him in this position to really have a go at John.
And about 7 kilos difference between these rowers, as we've said. Matt Dunham, a current lightweight on the New Zealand team, 74 kilos as compared to John Graves, 81 kilos. And I mean, that has some impact, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially in the single, you know, with the conditions. It's quite calm out there today. And just, you know, they will say the bigger guy should win, but you know, lightweight will just keep tapping it along. We'll never kind of give up. And you saw it with the French earlier against the Kiwis in the double sculls. You know, they just kept going. They were not going to stop and lie down.
And Matt Dunham, only 22 years of age. He took part in the 2013 Youth Olympic Regatta and then competed at the Under-23 World Champs in 2014 and 2015. And he's been successful at a senior level as well. He won gold in the lightweight men's 4 at the 2016 World Cup 2 and 3. But he was 7th in the lightweight men's single sculls, so won the B final at the recent 2017 World Cup in Poznan. So no doubt looking to get his way into the only remaining lightweight men's boat class at the Olympic Games, which is of course the lightweight men's double scull. Which,
you know, has always been a super competitive event, but now the lightweight 4 gone, you know, the depth is going to change massively. The top end will be the same, but what's going to happen now is the depth beneath that is just going to get more compact and a lot more competitive.
And still with only just a length's lead is John Graves from the United States of America over Matthew Dunham from New Zealand. And look, this lightweight isn't out of it. He just looked across then. Matt Dunham, this is a move coming here from Dunham. He's taken the rate up. He took a little look over his shoulder. His rating's up and he is moving through.
And remember, you mentioned about his semi-final yesterday. He just got stronger as he went down the course, and you know, he'll have confidence from what he did yesterday, knowing that, you know, the first half is just to make sure you're in the right place, and then, you know, halfway, that's where the race really begins.
Yeah, it's been a really well executed race, hasn't it? He's just, you know, I think he got himself into the final a little better than he did into yesterday's semi-final. He kept that margin a bit smaller, so it was only ever at most a length and a quarter, which is very, very doable in the single scull to suddenly change speed and get yourself back onto terms, which he's almost done now. He's almost drawing level here with John Graves.
He's in a great position. He's got overlapped. He can see in the peripherals the yellow boat beside him now rather than looking around. So, you know, as we go past Remnant, it's going to be really interesting to see, you know, how, oh sorry, coming into the closures now, how he starts to move on as the crowd starts to kind of lift them.
And hello to anyone in New Zealand who's joining us in the wee hours of the morning to watch this final here, the Diamond Challenge Sculls. We're used to seeing Kiwis win this. Of course, M.R.G. Drysdale, a 5-time winner of this event. We expected to see Robbie Manson here in this race, but it is his countryman Matthew Dunham, the lightweight single sculler of New Zealand, who's sitting just half a length down at this stage on John Graves from the United States of America. And hello to those of you joining us from the US as well. A huge international contingent this year, more than 15 nations competing. The entire New Zealand national team is here as well, and more than 60 crews from the United States of America, which is unbelievable.
And it just shows the impact that the footage of YouTube's had. You know, people can watch from all over the world. It's encouraging people to come over, and just as they're starting to come up now, Matt is starting to ease his way back against John as they come into about half a length between them.
And it's all on here, both scullers lifting their rate now. Or a little tip there from John Graves as he puts his rate up. He's looking over his shoulder at Matt Dunham, but Matt Dunham is not looking. He is going for it. He is jacking that rate up.
And he's just going through the gears there. Look at the sprint there. It's just going up, and there's nothing more pleasing as you come alongside someone at that point in the race.
This is absolutely incredible. Matt Dunham, I think he's going to do it. John Graves looks like he's popped. It is Matt Dunham who's now moving back out to more than a length lead over John Graves from the United States of America, coming down to the line in the final of the Diamond Challenge Sculls.
It's cracked him. That is an incredible race there by Matt.
And it's a familiar sight. A Kiwi rower crossing the line, winning the Diamond Challenge Sculls. It is Matthew Dunham over John Graves from the United States of America. Well done. I don't think that there was any chance that Matt Dunham thought this would be the outcome at the beginning of this week. Matt Dunham, a fist pump there. He is delighted with that result.